totally want to go to that show.
Hello! Welcome to the Black Sheep of the Era show. This is where artists stand out from the rest. I see that you guys made it the first room. Well, this exhibition will show you how you can be different as an artist and how things around you can influence your art in positive ways.
So what is this first room all about?
Well, this is the first room of the exhibition, and basically this first room talks about the Industrial Revolution. This section right here is specifically about the aesthetic movement on its own. Before the Industrial Revolution, there was a Victorian sensibility which was strongly influenced by Greek and Roman classical views. During this time, the paintings were highly realistic. Oftentimes, they portrayed female figures, particularly nude, and beautiful women. Other times, they portrayed religious symbology and nature, capturing the real, but no matter what they were painting, they had to ultimately capture the real.
Well, that's so interesting. What about this one? It looks really different from the other one.
Well, these two pieces are perfect examples of what happened after the Industrial Revolution. Artwork became much easier to reproduce because of the new technology, and therefore they are used in things such as newspapers and magazines, so illustrations became much more popular in that field. Don't you start to get a glimpse of modernism? Where forms are expressive and stylized. Think about it. Yeah. So welcome to the second section of the Industrial Revolution. This is about Art Nouveau. Art Nouveau also emerged after the Industrial Revolution. And as you can see, it's very organic, and it was strongly influenced by Japanese woodcuts at the time. There were some particularly famous artists during that time, one of them being Alphonse Mucha, and one of his most famous pieces was the job poster that he made for cigarettes, and that's the one you're looking at right now. Another famous artist during this time was Toulouse-Lautrec. And this specific piece that he made is called Divan Japonese. This is from the Bauhaus, and it is a clear response to Art Nouveau and the Industrial Revolution. As you can see, the organic pieces are no longer there because the Bauhaus got rid of them, and they decided to make it more functional instead of the organic feel that Art Nouveau had. During this time, function was a bigger deal, and that is why they got rid of mass production that was very popular during Art Nouveau.
Go. Oh my god, Iggy Pop. Hey, look, Ray. This place is getting full of famous people.
Welcome to Futurism. This is where speed, technology, and modernity join forces to create these beautiful pieces. The work becomes more about form than meaning. So this first work is made by Fortunato Despero, and it's called De Morinis and Lozzi. This second piece is made by the ever so famous Filippo Marinetti, and this piece is called Les mots d'une liberté futuriste. This third piece is made by Fortunato Despero, and it's called Il Nuovo Teatro Futurista.
I wonder what these are all about.
Russian constructivism can be described as complete abstraction. They aimed for a universal type of art. Ah! Come on, follow me to the next room.
Attention museum patrons. Will the owner of a brown bunny please pick it up before it becomes museum property?
Who brought their bunny in?
In the 1960s, people were fed up with the Vietnam War. They were sick of the darkness and they wanted to see the light. And therefore, you could definitely see that in the posters because they were all about peace and equality and no longer about negative things like the war. This poster is one of the most famous posters during that time. It was made by Pushpin Studios, and basically it was a type of way of mocking Uncle Sam's poster. Basically, it was created to end war in Vietnam and just express their feelings towards the bombing going on in Vietnam during that time. This poster might even be more famous than the last poster, as it was made for the Woodstock Festival, a festival that was full of peace and music. As you can see, the white dove is supposed to represent a form of peace and a way of ending the war by just listening to music during that time. People were just looking for ways to join together and join forces in a way to end the wars. During this time, it was actually very popular to see advertisements that used this psychedelic form as a positive thing in order to sell their products during that time. Since that form was really popular, they used it to get more people to buy their products and be more interested in their advertising. If this wall marks modernism, then I mark postmodernism! This is where artists really show their opinion. They were no longer afraid to hide what side they were on. During this time, technology was really popular, which made each poster take less time to make than it used to. Therefore, artists had a bigger possibility of experimenting for once, and that is how they came up with all of these creative pieces. So this first poster was a throwback to the past design, and it was no longer easily read, as the viewer is actually activated and no longer told what to look at, but is encouraged to look for meaning by what they already know. The second poster by David Carson is actually a very popular postmodern designer, still known right now. His motto was, "Legibility doesn't mean readability," and that is clearly seen in this poster. As you can see in this poster, things no longer had to be obvious. So you actually had to take time and really try to read what this artist was trying to express to you. This poster clearly shows experimentation with typography. joining the typography with the imagery in the background, and basically express their message in only a few words. Mark Weber is a very popular designer right now, and basically he had a lot of different styles mixed into one, which we can see in this specific piece. One of the most famous posters during this time has to be Shepard Fairey's Obama's Hope poster. Basically, it's very political, and it addresses the point head on. So, children, as you can see, after looking at all of these rooms, I hope you realize that as an artist, you have the power to stand out from the rest and be the black sheep. You don't want to be the white sheep following the other white sheep around, aka bad designers who don't care about what's going on in the world. So dare to be different and stand out from the crowd. Be a socially responsible designer, and you'll be a happy camper. Oh, and if you have any further questions or interests in everything we've looked at today, please refer to this booklet for more information. Thank you. Thanks for joining our show today.